Every hero in Misfitz is getting a third ability, so today we'll be breaking them down. Watch till the end for some juicy speculation and some other important details that the developers didn't mention. Let's start with some general changes. The magazine size for every character is now way bigger. I think because of this though, they nerfed damage across the board. We also now have new ability buttons. Alright, now for the new abilities. Starting with Ray, his third ability is Overdrive. He has infinite ammo, a crazy speed boost, and a pretty crazy damage boost, and this all lasts about 6 seconds. This is supposed to be a more simple ability for those new players, and it also definitely suits his personality. This guy does not look like the type of dude to precisely spray 4 bullets and conserve his ammo, so suits him pretty well. It's also notable that his attack now sprays like drip, so you can hold it out and it'll spray bullets in that direction. Rush's third ability is Shuriken Strike, and he becomes a ball, which is supposed to be a shuriken. I'm sure they'll change it later. Rush hits the 3 nearest targets in quick succession. So there are a few interesting things you should know about this. You're actually not invincible during this. You can still be hit while in this form. You can actually hit the same enemy more than once, which is pretty important if you're in a 1v1. And it has a pretty crazy recharge rate. By the looks of it, if you hit 3 enemies with it, you can get half of this ability back. This is really confusing because the Shuriken Strike ability seems to only charge when you hit things, but then the ultimate, which is still the dash, charges over time. I'm not sure if this is intended, but it's kind of confusing. I feel like it would make more sense if all the blue button abilities were cooldown based and all the alt abilities were based on doing damage, hitting people. I don't know, that might change in the future, who knows. Speaking of his alt, it also got sort of a rework. So it's now been changed so you're invincible during the dash. It also marks targets for extra damage when you use the Shuriken Strike ability. For some reason, Rush is the only character where his magazine size, his amount of ammo didn't change. It's still 3 ammo, which I'm not sure if it's intended or not. Our next character is the fan favorite, according to Antihero, apparently, Shade. She has an ink bomb or smoke bomb. This is not the official name. How this works is if you're inside of it, people can't see you. And if they're inside of the smoke bomb, then they can't see outside of it. Enemies also can't auto-aim at you if you're hiding using the smoke bomb, similar to how bushes work. This is actually her new ultimate ability, so you'll be charging it by hitting enemy players. And I'm not sure what the blue button does. It might still be the attack that roots people in place, but they didn't show it in this video. What's really strange about her main attack is that Shade has 3 ammo, which is, I thought this would be an overall buff, but then I realized you have to use all 3 of your shots before you start reloading, and you can only start shooting again once you reload all 3 ammo. So this could be either a really good change or a really bad change, depending on the scenario. We'll have to see. Also, why did we not kill Legend over there? Why did we just let him live? Alright, next up is Beat, and his third ability is the Aura Shield. That's also not the official name, but I thought it sounded cool. Basically, when you press blue button, he gets a shield that knocks people back in this huge area around him. He, in a sense, becomes the blue barrel that knocks people back. That's some pretty crazy knockback. On top of that, he also gets the shield, of course, but I'm not sure how much defense this gives him. There wasn't any instance of him getting hit while he had the shield in this footage. Beat is also getting sort of a rework. This is like the 3rd or 4th, 5th rework, depending on how much change counts as a rework. He's gone through a lot, but his alt is now a Pokeball, so we'll be getting a Nintendo lawsuit shortly. It's now this single big suck that lasts slightly longer. The developers basically did this so it's less janky when you use his ultimate. It gives him more mobility freedom. Next up we got Gloss, and her third ability is pretty loaded. It's this healing dash, which heals allies on impact and allows you to pick them up if you're down. You could pick allies up and drag them around. This is pretty crazy because you can revive them as you drag them around. It gets crazier though, because you can do another dash while still holding onto your ally, and this dash has a really short cooldown. Imagine all the clutch up plays you can make while you dash into an ally to save them, dash out. That is going to be so much fun. There are a few things you have to keep in mind though. While the ult doesn't drop your ally, so you can still heal them, your main attack does indeed drop your ally, so you can't attack enemies while dragging the ally around. Fair enough. Alright, Gloss's attack and ult also got some pretty big reworks, so her ult no longer pulses around her. It now spawns in this bigger, lingering area of healing, which lasts about 5 seconds. Honestly, if she had her old pulsing ultimate, this could be better if paired up with the healing dash because, you know, you could keep healing that ally while dragging them around the map. But overall, as a support character, Gloss is definitely way better. This ultimate will probably be used in a more defensive way, which I guess is better if they're trying to keep Gloss as more of a support character. However, they did make her main attack split upon impact into more lipstick. I can't tell if the split projectiles do less damage. I'm actually not sure. It doesn't look like it. I'm not sure though. For some reason, I feel like a lot more numbers are appearing here than there should be. Our sixth character is Drip. Drip's third ability is Detonate, which is a JoJo reference. This is actually his ult ability now. So now he can paint characters with his paint trail, and I think his main attack too. And then when you press the alt button, they explode. You can deal some pretty crazy damage if you group up the enemies, clump them up, and then press detonate. They can take explosion damage from other enemies exploding nearby. So yeah, this is now his ultimate ability. His paint trail ability is now that blue button ability that charges over time. And the charge rate probably needs a nerf because you don't even see the paint trail disappear before he gets another one of those paint trails. Now for some details you may have missed in the update video. Maybe power-ups will be standardized as these jars, so it's easier for new players to tell that it's a power-up. But we've also seen it in previous dev posts that haven't made it to the game. It could just be a work in progress. In this one clip, Rush has a stinky aura. Maybe it's poison, but either way it does a single 1 damage and then it stops Rush's healing. We don't see him get hit by anything around him, and I don't think it's an ability because he doesn't press the buttons, so let me know what you guys think. I better see that engagement in the comments. We can also see one of the new POIs over here. It looks like a relic inside of a tube. My guess is that we're gonna have to destroy this thing that's holding the relic captive, and then we can steal the relic from it. I'm not sure when we'll get to try these new abilities, but I have a feeling it'll be sometime soon, maybe in the next couple weeks if we're lucky. They are showing us sneak peeks of it now and they want our feedback. And what better way to get community feedback than for us to test this thing firsthand, right? Right? Let me test the abilities, please. They look so fun. The developers are also working on a 7th character, and if you're out of the loop on that or you missed some earlier Misfitz news, you can check out this playlist over here. I will see you guys in the next one. Also, do you guys like that? Isn't that so cool? That's so cool, right? It's the logo. This channel is so official looking.